Right, we'll go back to the video. So they have ice cream. The boys have ice cream. Kenny's grumbling he hasn't got chocolate sauce on his because I said I didn't have time to make it. And there was a big grumble about that, wasn't there, Kenny? You didn't have chocolate sauce on your ice cream. We get back to vital balance, especially female vital balance. Alright. We'll discuss that at some point. Alright, it's male and female have different type of vital balance. Alright. And once balance is upset, through one thing or another, it can be overwork or not applying to yourself that's something that will bring harmony, that brings harmony and happiness and pleasure, and you don't apply yourself to that, you apply yourself to something else. Alright. Then you start to create imbalance in yourself, you start to create imbalance in the environment. And this is one of the importance of Jedi living. The Jedi doesn't embrace imbalance in his environment. It will upset his work as a Jedi. Now, back to mental illness. My practice thing, what I got caught up in the structure of the galaxy, that small stone that I was, alright, small insignificant looking stone that I was Sophocles, the first Jedi philosopher, a Jedi from the future. I had to work that out. I had to write the books. Now, and then everyone sort of thinks you think you're Jesus. No, honestly, Jediism was formed as a circle. Nobody knows who formed Jediism. Nobody knows whether it was a future point or what point it was formed. George Lucas was the first to tell a Jedi story. Well, that's not very significant. Alright. My books are not much appreciated by the Jedis in the future. Any amount of other Jedi philosophers who are much more important. I was just the first. Alright. And for that reason, I was remembered enough. I'm no Messiah, right? I mean, Gandhi or Nelson Mandela or Jesus or Martin Luther King, to you are people like a Messiah. Muhammad, a Messiah, right? Sophocles, nothing like that. I'm just a writer, a philosopher. I wrote down Jedi theory and science, alright? And I'm nothing to do with anything like Jesus, alright? There are some great figures in Jedi mythology and legend, like the Obi-Wan of Star Wars, who's close to being Jesus to the Jedis. But certainly not Sophocles. Alright, I'll put it this way, right? Somebody invented mathematics. Right, the Chinese invented the abacus. The abacus went to ancient Egypt, and nobody has ever heard of the guy who suddenly decided he couldn't be bothered to use an abacus, and instead he'd use a bit of papyrus and write down a few scribbles and work out mathematics like that. Now, the guy who did that invented mathematics. Alright? Who is he? Can you even remember him? I can't. I don't know who he is. Some very clever historian who studied it a lot might know who he is, or maybe make a guess, because maybe nobody actually made a note of him and entered him into records as the person who invented mathematics. But he was. He could have had mental illness. He could have been on a destiny line. And he was completely forgotten. But he was a person who invented mathematics. Sophocles is a bit like that. I'm no Jesus. Alright? If anything, I'm a bit unpopular with Jedis, because some of my books are still called Jedi Training, and they don't like them. Right? I mean, it's like, would you worship the person who wrote your mathematics textbook? Your least popular one. Would you worship them? No, that's about as much as I'm worshipped, alright, as Sophocles. So, I'm not Jesus, alright?